Mayor Bill de Blasio not exactly making a lot of friends in New York City's dining industry. Earlier this summer, we spoke with New York City restaurateur Luca Di Pietro about his expectations for business bouncing back. Take a listen.
What's going to happen here in New York City? People coming back? I think people stay away for a while. What sense do you get from people you talk to?
Well, during the pandemic, up until now, about 70% of our customers were gone from the city. I personally do not expect to come back to some semblance of normality until September. After Labor Day, I hope people come back. School starts reopening, I hope.
All right, well, that was back in June, remember. Now the mayor is suggesting that New Yorkers may have to wait until next year for indoor dining to return. He was very vague about the whole thing. Well, guess what? Luca is back with us today. Thank you for doing that, Luca. Good to see you. Let's pick up on what you said in June. You had hoped by September, maybe just after the Labor Day weekend, that things would start to get back to normal, or at least start picking up. What do you think now?
Well, my hope is still that we start picking up after Labor Day. I'm actually reopening one of my restaurants on September 10th. I have 5 restaurants, 3 of which are open, 2 are closed. I'm betting on the fact that New Yorkers will come back and the city will restart. So far, though, New Yorkers are not around. No tourists. Business is terrible. We are anywhere down from 20 to 80%.
Ouch. Well, you know, as I just mentioned there in your introduction, Mayor de Blasio essentially kind of, vaguely saying that dining inside may not begin until sometime next year. If you had an opportunity to speak to the mayor right now, what would you say to him?
Outdoor dining is not the cure-all for restaurants, even in nice weather. Come November, there is no heaters that will let us stay afloat. So we need to reopen. We need to have a clear path to reopening. We need to have budget. We need to budget our very limited resources, and we need to reopen. We have been very compliant. New York restaurants have been incredibly compliant with serving alcohol and social distancing. We care about our staff. We care about our customers. We want to reopen. We want to reopen in safety. But we need a clear path. And if we do not reopen by the beginning of November indoors, I cannot imagine how many restaurants will go out of business.
Well, and I would imagine you yourself, this is a very tough time. You have 5 restaurants you own around the city. Are some doing better than others, or is it pretty much the same story throughout the city?
It depends on the neighborhood, but the restaurant that is doing best is down 20% compared to last year. And 2 are closed, and the one that is doing worse is down 80%. So it's unsustainable.
Yeah, I mean, look, you mentioned something that's been on the minds of a lot of people, restaurants across the country. How do we survive in the winter? We recently spoke to a restaurateur in Chicago who's like, we need help. We cannot, obviously once the weather starts to turn cooler, we have to have another option. Some of those options that was suggested was creating bigger tents that you can have heating inside. I mean, is that something you've thought about if we continue down the same path?
Well, what's the difference between having a tent and dining indoor? If all the walls are closed, then we're rather dining indoors. So I think it's a moot point, and it's an extra expense that most restaurants cannot afford right now.
You must have other friends in the business in New York City or elsewhere. How close are they to not being able to hang on as this thing continues to drag on?
Well, I just received a text message about 2 hours ago from a friend and a restaurant partner who said that he has to close. He's closing one of his 3 restaurants, and that restaurant is going to be closed for good. It's a restaurant in Brooklyn. I hear this every day. PPP is running out. We do need a path to reopening. I think New York restaurateurs are compliant. They know what they're doing. They care about their staff safety, and they care about their customer safety. But we need help to survive.
I'm sure you do. And Luca, very quickly, if that help does not come soon enough, some of these restaurants that we, know very well in the city, is there a chance they will never come back?
Well, if we talk about the top restaurants, they may survive, but I would say 95% of New York City restaurants are at risk of closing if help does not come soon.
That is a really disturbing number. Well, we wish you the very best. Luca Di Pietro, thank you once again for joining us. And again, we wish you the very best, and hopefully we can chat again soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Melissa,
much.
over to you.